Hi guys, Joe here, and this is a new J Gaming video, and I hope you enjoy. Yesterday I went to the cinema with some friends, and I saw Batman vs Superman. So welcome to my Batman vs Superman review. There will be spoilers throughout this video, so if you haven't seen it yet, either let it be spoiled for you, or click away from this video and, I don't know, check out some of my other videos. Okay, let's get to it. So the first thing I am going to say about it is that it was an amazing film, and I really enjoyed all of it. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be like in some ways, but in a good way. So let's have a look at the characters. First of all, we've got Batman, who is very angry, like really angry, with Superman for letting such a huge level of destruction happen to the city. He's angry that a lot of his work, people that worked for Wayne Enterprises died. He thinks that he brought a war to Earth that wasn't called for. You know, he's really angry with Superman about it. Then we've got Superman, who feels really bad about what happened, and lots of people are blaming him for what happened, along with Bruce Wayne. So of course Superman's struggling to just get by. He's finding it really hard to cope with all this public hatred he's receiving. We've got Lex Luthor, who I thought was an amazing character in this film. The actor who played him did a perfect job. I mean, he was a really creepy, I think he was a lot more creepier than the other versions of Lex Luthor, but it definitely worked. I really enjoyed watching his character. Then we've got Lois Lane, who is Superman's girlfriend, of course, and she's trying to make him feel better, sort of about what happened, trying to say how it isn't his fault. And then we have Wonder Woman, who I feel like we could have known more about her before she kind of went into battle at the very end of the movie. It did take a while for the battle to take place. There was an awful lot of plot, and I feel like within that space they didn't really let us get to know her a lot. Maybe they were going for she's more of a mysterious character, which makes sense, I suppose. But we didn't really know an awful lot about her. At least I didn't feel like we got to know her as well as maybe we could have. So those are the main characters. And I think that the actors that played those characters did a brilliant job at playing them. I thought they were really, really good. As for the film itself, I thought it was brilliant. I mean, that's all I can say about it, really. I feel like I could go back and watch it again and probably come out with a much better review. I was thoroughly entertained through all of it. It wasn't without its weird parts, though. Like Bruce Wayne, or Batman, kind of went into dreams and visions throughout the film, and some of them were a little bit odd. The first one was where he was at his mother's grave, or whatever, and suddenly blood starts dripping out, and then suddenly, like a vampire leaps out of her grave and tries to attack him, and then he wakes up. I thought that was a bit odd. And I wasn't too sure at the time, and I still aren't really, what the point of that was. As well, the other one was quite a long, like, vision or dream he had, where he was, like, in the desert somewhere as Batman, and he was he went into a truck, and I think he, like, stole this kryptonite machine thing. I don't know what it was. But suddenly all these men turned on him, that were supposed to be working for him or whatever, and they turned on him and took him to Superman. And then Superman sort of like rips out his heart or something. But that was odd as well. And yeah, during the scene where the guys that are working for Superman are attacking him, there's also like flying things that come down from the sky and start attacking him as well, or carrying off the dead people. I don't know what they were doing. But I think, and I've done no research into this. I think that those flying things that came down were actually the demons in Lex Luthor's father's painting. You know, the one he had in his house, and he showed it to that woman. What's her name? Oh, I can't remember who she was. Yeah, I think there were demons from that painting. So that was odd. And then at the end of that really long vision, sort of like Flash, I think it turned out to be, Flash had kind of gone back in time to shout at him and warn him about something that happened. And I didn't really think that made much sense, if I'm honest, but nevertheless, I still thought it was a great film. As for the fight scene itself, I thought it was great. As I said, it did take till about the end of the film for the fight to sort of take its full swing. I mean, during the film it was just a little bit of rivalry between Batman and Superman. But yeah, it did take a while for the fight scene to happen, but when it did, I wouldn't say it was a disappointment. I didn't know if it was common knowledge, but I personally didn't know that Doomsday, is that his name, that big giant thing? I had no idea that he was going to be in it. I thought he was a good, like, sudden character to just appear into the film. And then the saddest part of the movie happens where Superman plunges the kryptonite spear into Doomsday, I think his name is, and kills Doomsday, but Superman also dies in the process because it's kryptonite, and that was such a sad scene. I honestly, and I sound like a huge geek, but I almost cried because I didn't see that coming. I thought he was going to sort of come back to life or something, but he didn't know. He died, and they had the funeral, and it was really, really sad. But I really appreciated how Batman and Superman joined forces at the end. That meant quite a lot to me, because I didn't like to see them fighting. They're both good guys. As for whose side I was on, I don't think I was really on anyone's side. If I had to pick, I feel like, and I couldn't really answer this until just now really, I think I would probably be on Superman's side. But I like Batman as well, and I think they both had reasonable points of view. I understand both their points of view, so it would be hard to pick a side. But I really, really appreciated how they teamed up together. They took down Lex Luthor, they took down Doomsday, and when Superman died, it was just so sad, and yeah, it was... Oh. There is one thing, though, that I think I noticed at the sort of like the very end of the film, where they have Superman's funeral, and Lois Lane, she gets a handful of dirt, and she drops it onto Superman's grave, and then I think she kind of walks off, and it kind of shows Superman's grave, and I think just a second before it goes blank, I think that the dirt rose slightly. I don't know if it was just me, I don't know if I was imagining it. I didn't talk to my friends about that, actually. Maybe they noticed it. But, yeah, I think I saw the dirt rise just before it cut blank, and that was the end of the film. Or that was the end of the scene, or something like that. But yeah, if that was the case, if the dirt actually did start to rise suddenly, maybe that, like, when I say rise, I mean as in, like, hovered. Could that possibly mean that maybe Superman is coming back to life, and that he isn't actually dead? Or maybe they were just trying to sort of create hope for fans that it isn't the complete end of Superman. But I don't know, maybe I was just imagining it, but it seemed like I thought I saw it when I was in the cinema. So, that was my Batman vs Superman review. Is that everything? I think that's everything. When you're reviewing big movies like this, I feel like you should see them 2 times, really. I only saw it the once, but I think you should go in and see it, you know, and then you experience it for the first time. Then I think you should go straight back in and watch it a second time, just so you can fully get everything in. But I only saw it the first time, so I think I've included everything I wanted to talk about. I'll probably edit the video, upload it, and remember something. Anyway, great movie, loved it. I don't think it was a disappointment. I thought it was great. So, I'll see you in the next episode, but until then, take care, guys. Bye!